You are now listening to K-Res Radio. Hey friends, Justin here. Join me for a quick retrospective review of the 1998 film Smoke Signals. It was directed by Chris Eyre, based on a short story by Sherman Alexie, the great Sherman Alexie. The name of the short story is The Lone Ranger and Tonto Fist Fight in Heaven, written in 1993. Sherman Alexie really has an unrivaled voice in the Indigenous community, in my opinion. The way that he's able to weave levity and poignancy and really talk about serious cultural things in a way that's easy to understand is just incredible. I was 12 years old when Smoke Signals first came out. I was born and raised in Detroit, Michigan, and Coeur d'Alene and Idaho, that's where I was headed as soon as I turned 18 and had freedom, as a 12-year-old. It seemed like Thomas was just free, and the West just seemed like a wild and wonderful place to me. I didn't realize in my 12-year-old brain that some of that levity comes from trauma. Some of the expression came from the fact that, Plummer, Idaho, and the reservation was such a desolate and poor place. The movie is a coming-of-age story about Thomas and Victor, who have grown up essentially without parents in two very divergent ways. Thomas, for one, is able to access his emotions, and Victor is not. And the path that they take to understand one another and their place in the larger society, their place on the reservation and in the larger American society. Victor's dad, he's abusive, he's an alcoholic, and he leaves home when Victor is a small child. And when he dies, Victor and Thomas set off for Phoenix, Arizona, to retrieve his ashes and to learn about the life story of this man who's kind of grown to become a legend in their lives. Thomas being able to be emotional and being able to look back, fondly at Victor's dad. Victor can't understand it. You're supposed to be a stoic warrior native. That's it. Anything else is less than respectful in this culture. He basically says you have to be scary to white people in order for them to respect you. And while it's true, it's really a sad commentary and an unsustainable way to be. That toxic masculinity that Victor carries around. And there are just quiet moments in the film where Sherman Alexie talks about Victor's dad being an escape artist and practicing disappearing and drinking to disappear, and how poignant that is for a lot of different communities. The black community, we use marijuana quite a bit to escape, and on indigenous communities, not only marijuana but alcoholism is a major problem. And so coming to terms with the fact that, there is more than one way to be. The fact that Thomas is a warrior because he's able to face, this abject sadness and depression with humor and with the only way that you really can survive a situation like that. And that's with a smile and with strength and with courage. The courage that Victor didn't have. And so throughout the film they learn a respect for each other. They learn a respect for their place on the reservation and what it means to the wider American 90s culture at a time. Brilliant film. Evan Adams and Adam Beach, Thomas and Victor, just and absolutely incredible actors. The great Gary Farmer and Irene Bedford. The film was a touchstone moment in American film history. I wrote some notes that I looked up before I got on, And in 2018, the film was selected for preservation in the U.S. National Film Registry for cultural significance. And it was for me. It was the first time I was able to have an outsider's look into the reservation and really walk away with a fleshed out understanding of why things are the way that they are. Victor's dad talks about at one point, poof, what if the reservation disappeared? There was no more reservation. Poof. What if the white man in this country disappeared and there was, no more trouble and no more sorrow? And every time I watch the film, I pick up something new, and that dialogue was what I picked up the last time I watched it, and it just broke my heart about the realities of this country and the fact that certain groups are broken because of other groups, and the fact that there's really no way that we can see, other than to share one another's stories to fix that problem. So I haven't seen a film that just so brilliantly weaved humor and tragedy the way that Sherman Alexie's words do. He's a brilliant author. If you haven't read his numerous novels, please pick up a Sherman Alexie novel. It will nourish your soul. If you have not seen the film Smoke Signals, you will grow, you will learn. And every time I see Thomas and his grandmother and their excitement about Thomas getting to go to Phoenix, it just warms my heart, and it feels like family, if you understand. What did you think? What impressions did you walk away from the film with? It's one of my absolute favorite films of all time. It's a masterpiece. Please give this video, share your thoughts below in the comments, but please give this video a like, if you will, a comment, and please consider subscribing to my channel for more movie and TV related content. It's great to see you guys, and I'll see you in my next review. Cheers.